You are listening to Inspirado Projecto. Get ready.
Thank you for that, Maria Humphreys. Thank you for that contribution to the podcast. This episode is going to have quite a few different things in there. It's going to open up with us going out to a location, the Twisted Tall Tale team. Say that 10 times fast. Twisted Tall Tale team. Chris LeCorman, Dave Ushansky, Ryan McGonigal, and myself, Kurt Clendenin. We go out to scout a house, and it's owned by, well, I'll say it in the podcast. You'll hear it. It's quite an interesting surprise who it's owned by. So you'll hear this. We're going out to this location. We're scouting out a movie, and I deleted the segment that I'm going to actually put back in now. It's a segment with Chris Corman talking about where right now we're working on the deliverables. They call them the deliverables for Black Pumpkin. So he's in there kind of, he's complaining about what he's got to do. However, for any of you who don't know what it's like behind the scenes on making a movie, and you don't know what goes into making a movie, and even those who do know what it's like to make a movie, all the post-production stuff, you're going to hear what that sounds like from Chris. And those of you who have been a part of this, you can relate. Those of you who don't know what this is like, it's an eye-opener. It'd be no different than me listening to a podcast and then all of a sudden there's a segment on there about farmers talking about agriculture or their cows. You know, that's fascinating to me. I don't know what it's like to be a farmer. I don't know what it's like to be around cows all the time. Bales of hay and all that jazz. Agriculture, I have no idea. That'd be fascinating to me. So I'm going to give you all a look into that right now. Thank you for listening to Inspirado Projecto. And if you want to contribute to the podcast like this, like Maria Humphreys did from Strong Body, Strong Soul podcast, if you want to contribute, you can. Here's a few different ways. You can download the Anchor app, anchor.fm. You can download the Anchor app, and it's like a playground. Once you get on there, there are people who you can collaborate with. Maria Humphreys is one of those podcasters. I went onto her podcast, and there was a little button on there that says leave message. And so that's how this whole dialogue between her and I started. And so she shares stuff with me. I share stuff with her. We share those things on each other's podcasts, and it's awesome. And the world gets to know who the other is. So you can be a part of it that way. This is a living experience. This is not just for you to passively listen to. I love it when you participate. You can email me at inspiradoprojecto@gmail.com. You can email me about 3 or 4 minutes of your audio, whatever you got. You can call me up on the hotline. Don't worry, it's a voicemail. It's toll-free. It's not going to cost you any other extra charges than you normally would get if you made a phone call anywhere with your cell phone. Whatever your data plan is, that's how this situation responds. Leave a voicemail, and then I'll take that audio and I'll plug it in here. I'll give you credit. You can call up 561-203-9179. All right, here we go.
Here.
So how long you guys been renting out this, or how long have you been a part of this team?
A few years. Him and I met just by we pretty much worked together in a couple of different companies.
Oh, okay.
All right, Kurt, you're first.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Black Widow spiders.
Oh geez.
Brown lacrosse.
Shh.
Don't want to scare him away too early.
Oh, the brown recluse, right? Yeah.
barking spiders, you know,
Oh my God!
all that good
There we
stuff.
go.
Here it comes. Here it comes with the.
Bite check.
All right, here we go. I love it. Now entering the new location.
Water's there.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So how many movies or TV shows or whatever do you usually have shoot here?
Oh, that'd be a question for Mario. Oh, that's... You can walk in there. Yeah, if you guys want to take a look at back there. Oh, I could just,
Wow.
So.
What's happening?
Some
What is it?
decoration.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Is that Bionic Woman? Oh, no. That's a different kind of woman.
I couldn't see a little bit.
It's funny. All kinds of interesting treasures around this place.
Got
Wow.
really pissed off saying we don't use our walls that we made look like a shower. I guess it was like a prison shower fight thing.
And they had a problem with that?
Yeah, because some of the guys that work here are protective of this, but they haven't been here for a couple of years. The same thing when I was like here the first time, like they like zoomed in and just wanted to see what I was doing.
Huh. And they co-own this place or
No,
something?
they don't do anything. It's like kind of like a free location that they did.
Well, actually, Ryan,
Oh, I gotcha.
this is like a film set. We never see the roof. We can dark it out. We just have to tarp it.
Funky lighting.
We have to tarp it.
Now here, is our attic.
Wow.
oh my God.
So we drop the board so people can walk on it.
And this becomes the attic, huh? Wow.
This is not that. Okay, these parts are okay. You cannot have a lot of people on this, though.
No, we basically have that too over there. To place people.
Yes.
And I want it completely dark. I want to just basically black out all this.
So you want to secure this, wood boards, have a floor, right?
Yeah, you just drop boards.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. Stuff they probably even have laying around.
Yeah, they just had termite damage, so most of the wood. So it's like those technically have to go. These are good. These one I'm standing on.
You guys need a mixture, right?
And then put some bars and then wood on top of it.
Like these are even more secure.
Huh?
Like if you just put like on
Yeah, these are good. These don't have these have termite damage. All these.
Beautiful.
That
We
one
have
needs to
enough
be
to last us
supported.
for another few days,
Yeah,
but we are getting low.
Like what they did there.
Awesome.
It's not technically needed. Carpet.
Maybe you could shoot like I think we're gathering a little
This location is really quite interesting.
Growing through the. That's amazing. That needs to be cut, right? Or it has a reason.
No, we could use the tree. That's just creepy. It makes no sense. It's awesome.
I love the roof that it's
They're not
actually
trees, they're
crappy.
weeds. They're-
That's a weed?
Oh no, the trees are pretty much known as weeds around here because they just keep growing
Oh, wow.
unless you pull them out.
Right.
Yeah, that's what these, pretty much these trees. We've been trying to cut them down for a while now. Get into it though.
Just imagine you are there doing whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're in the produce aisle at the grocery store. You're getting some potatoes, and someone comes up to you and they say, I know every single thing about you. I know all of your passwords. I know what time you leave for work, what time you walk around the block, what time your dog goes to take a crap. I know what time you leave to go pick up your kids at school. I know what time, the amount of drinks you have and the time limit you spend at these bars, on these dates, and they just know. And then they go. And you don't see them again. You don't hear anything from them again. Now, you don't know if they'd be in prosthetic face. You don't know what. However, that would raise quite a few question marks, I'm thinking.
Here's your fun fact. The nose prints of both dogs and cats are unique, ridged in a pattern just like fingerprints of humans. Stay tuned to Inspirado Projecto for more fun facts.
So this is a room. This also has an access to a front door, but we could block all this shit off. We can make this look completely like no windows.
Oh, yeah.
If we want, we have this to sit in this room. There's lots of different looks that we can do. Did you go look in the attic?
Yeah, I made pictures here. You can see.
You were in the attic?
Yeah,
I already went.
Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look cool? We can actually use the attic for the attic.
That would be we could actually use the attic for
And
the
then
attic.
you go in the door, so.
Oh, that's great. I think the fact that all this rubbish is around kind of helps add to the creepiness of the movie.
There's a bunch of things that...
Like, we don't really have to clean up a whole lot of stuff. I mean,
yes, but...
this really looks like degenerate people live in it. That's for sure. Degenerates. Bunch of degenerates.
In the entryway, this would be perfect because she can run out, get smacked, fall back, and then we have, because I always thought of it shooting it like this way on her anyway. So we don't have to adjust anything, what Jim and I have been working on. We have all this space to work with her getting her head.
And then if you need to, Mars, use the flats there to mask off any windows or anything.
The what?
These flats.
Oh, yeah.
So that way you can mask anything off.
I think one of the things that will help us is a lot of curtains.
All right.
Like if we did set up a lot
That's
of...
the restroom.
Yeah.
You really?
It's out back.
Yeah.
Don't forget to flush.
Number 2 in the street.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Ask
Lesson
the
number
crackheads
2
if you
restroom.
could use their...
Lesson number 2.
Yeah.
So this might be the better entryway, that we can use that as the front door. Mask it better.
Yeah, well, what are we seeing outside? Well, we can cover up whatever. We can create something there.
Well, that was that one side yard I took you to.
Yeah. As long as you don't see another house or something. We can make it feel like a little...
This is so great. You're able to get up in that attic.
I already see. Wipe this chair, wipe the doors. I love that couch.
The kitchen is here.
Oh, the kitchen cabinet's really... And this cabinet is
But
awesome too.
here's cabinets. That's all we have for the kitchen. So a lot of
Yeah. Pretty much.
finding stuff now.
Yeah.
Shit, and we just threw away a 1950s stove.
We'll find another one.
Yeah.
He does the same thing you did. This motherfucker calls me.
We can shoot at the kitchen inside Shada's garage.
Yeah.
She's got a set piece right there.
She has the refrigerator still, right?
I think so.
Is the refrigerator still there? I thought.
Right? Didn't she have that in there?
Well, the refrigerator we can easily find. It's like that stove was really cool. It was like...
And you threw it away?
I think so. It was a great prop. And I opened up everything in the back so that you could film through the stove. It was so cool. It was like...
So we're out here at a location in the Inland Empire, checking out a new spot for this new movie we're going to be working on called House in the Middle of Nowhere. Apparently this place was owned, or currently owned. It used to be the childhood home of a fella named Marco, who had something to do with making the costume of Boba Fett. He had something to do with it. I have not met this guy yet, but I'd like to learn what it was really. Because, gosh, how crazy is that? So this used to be his childhood home, apparently. And he rents it out for, like, movie situations. And so we're going to shoot out here. And so what you hear is the guys in there talking about what they think could be done, and so where things could go, all that jazz.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if you find the skull, we're in luck.
If you find the skull, we're in luck.
So, anyway, so the entryway goes into the kitchen. From the kitchen, there's going to be two ways. There's going to be the doorway, which leads us to...
So the kitchen technically goes to outside. That's what you want. Like there's an entryway into the kitchen.
No, there's no more outside. Once they're in the house, they're in the fucking house. I limited all outside. So when
Okay,
they go,
so but
we can actually make doors that they go to, and then we cut to the set to match it.
Got it.
So one of these will have to be just a doorway.
I would do. Yeah.
So if we did the doorway here, we can even make the doorway look like smaller, like a weird.
Oh, but that's we did it at Shadas too. We made it one. And I see a bunch of doors laying around here, so we probably can use the same door.
It's just like you could really make it look like
Wow.
shit, and I don't care.
So interesting, this place. It's so crazy, man. People just come in here just tearing stuff apart and...
Oh, yeah. But we're starting to better secure. He's working on getting a metal door frame and metal doors on both the front and the back door.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, homeless have come in here and camped out. Yeah. Like I said, we've cleaned it up quite a bit.
It's great how...
We found some like spaghetti noodles and it's
Spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
We could do entryway.
This is really cool how versatile this whole place can
Oh,
be.
yeah.
There's
I
so many...
really wait until we have
then-
access to walk through the rooms of the attic. That's really cool.
Oh,
So
cool.
It's one of my favorite places of the place.
Are you a filmmaker as well?
I'm getting into film, more into the lighting aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my background's mostly in theater.
Oh, cool. Oh, acting.
Stage hand.
Oh, stagehand.
So, yeah,
yeah. The techies, the guys who are
Yeah.
responsible for...
Yeah, my specialty was lighting. I worked at Sturgis down the street, Sturgis Community Theater for 10 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's
But
great.
yeah, I'm getting more into the lighting and maybe some extra work for the camera.
Well, that's cool.
And looking to just update my update and progress more into the film industry now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And do mostly lighting?
Yeah.
What do you like best about lighting?
Just the overall aspect of it and the performance. I really liked just being able to light everyone and also use it for sort of the scenic with the gobos.
Oh, yeah.
Colors.
Yeah, the different colored... Yeah. And then sometimes it'll look like leaves coming through, like
Yeah.
different shadows. And
Right.
Oh, yeah, I was always impressed with that.
Oh yeah.
And that's where we get it. That was the problem.
So yeah, just
So you got to climb way up there. You're one of those
Oh,
folks
yeah.
who has to go all the way
Oh
up.
yeah, we had a scissor lift and then we had a pretty big ladder, but we have a fly system where we just fly things in.
Oh, neat.
But there were times where we had to, I had it set and everything, and I'd have to climb up the ladder to position it better. So yeah.
So you just got out of high school or what? Or you
Oh,
do this
college.
at... Oh, college. Okay.
Yeah, I
So
went
you do this
to
at
Cal
college.
State.
Are there a lot of
Yeah.
filmmakers out here? I mean, are there filmmakers within your school?
I can always check in with them. But yeah,
It seems like student films would totally
Yeah.
need well
Yeah,
extras,
that's
lighting
what I partnered up
guys.
with Mario too. Is he has somebody that wants to do use it as one of the rooms here for a martial arts studio.
Oh,
So I wanted to learn from him some martial arts as well.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that at the bathroom?
Yeah, we're talking. Or look at.
Oh my gosh.
They would agree.
I read an amazing little giblet. I wish I had the exact quote that this person put up there on Instagram. I thought it was so good. It was so good. It said, not everything has to be a hustle, a competition, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes you want to do something because it makes you happy. Because you're excited to do it. I'm paraphrasing here. However, that's what it's all about, folks. I'll see on Instagram all the time, people going, you gotta hustle. You gotta be the boss. You gotta hustle. There's this vibe that's out there that's like, you gotta grind it. There's this like, just vibe of like, there's just an ickiness to it. Just not a good feeling that is associated with, oh, you gotta hustle. That implies, when I hear that, I get the imagery of walking up a mountain, having to climb, just you gotta hustle and you gotta go out there and you gotta be loud and you gotta make everybody know about this thing. Well, no. Some of the best art, some of the most extraordinary pieces of creation that are out there were created because someone was excited to create it, believe it or not. Not because they were hustling. What? Hustling. Think about that. That comes from the word hustler. What is a hustler? Well, back in the day, you had prostitutes and you had male hustlers. So when you're hustling, you're like, it's like pimping yourself out. Do those have good connotations? For me, I just don't have good associations with words like that. I could redefine them if I want. However, I'm choosing really to move towards directions where it feels good. It moves me towards it. Things can be done easily and relaxed. They don't have to be like you see in those movies and cartoons of the days of long ago, where people in prison, they're over there, they're busting up rocks. They're in there busting up rocks with their sledgehammers. Laborious, just laborious. Blood, sweat, tears, labor. It doesn't have to be that way. And whoever came to the realization or that, whoever came to the realization that that's a good idea to continue to perpetuate the idea of, it'd be interesting to analyze their psychology. Find out, where did you hear that from? Where did you hear that was necessary, that you had to grind it? You had to hustle it. Oh, everything is so hard to get done. Everything is so hard. Oof. Just make stuff because you want to make stuff. Do stuff because you want to do stuff. I started making songs not because I wanted to hustle. I started drawing and painting and podcasting not because I wanted to hustle. Not because I'm begging people to, oh, please listen to me. Please look at what I'm doing. Please. Please. That was not my motivation. It was because it was something it felt good. It felt exciting. It felt joyful. It felt just, ooh, this feels right. I'm going to do this. And, of course, and this makes sense as to why a lot of people, when you ask them, oh, I'm not an artist, but they draw phenomenally. Oh, it's just a hobby. there are two things there. It's just a hobby. Like, to put that, it almost kind of downgrades it. Like, I feel that, it's just a hobby. It feels like that's downgrading the talent that's there. And also, in addition to that, it lets me know that this is something that's just so fun and personal to this person that they don't need to hear criticism from anybody. They don't need to hear anyone telling them whether it's bad or not. So I think when someone says, it's just a hobby, in a sense, they're taking ownership over, or I don't want to say if that's necessarily the right way of putting it, but they're trying to beat the naysayers to the punch. That's a way of doing it. You'll see on Instagram, you'll see on TikTok, you'll see these places where beautiful women they'll proceed things like, I know I'm not pretty, I know I don't have a lot of followers, but. And then there's some sort of disclaimer. Where does that disclaimer have to... Why does someone have to use that disclaimer? Well, because they're used to getting made fun of. They're used to people going, well, that's dumb and that's stupid. You don't want to do that. Burr, 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 burr. I hear a lot of people saying, sorry, I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I don't say sorry unless I accidentally step on someone's toe. Or I hurt their feelings. There's no reason to apologize for creating the art that you want to create. So, folks, just remember, you got a burning desire in your heart to create something. Make it because you want to make it. Make it because it's fun. Make it because it's fun. Take competition out of the equation. Take it out of there altogether. Try it. So this revelation struck me. I made a big old pot of pasta, and so I just sort of slowly chiseled away at it throughout the night. I must have had about 5 bowls of that pasta. Every time I got hungry again, I filled up another bowl. I just kept eating it. And I thought to myself, wow, that's interesting that you can eat such a large bowl of pasta, and then maybe 20 minutes later you feel hungry again. And then that, of course, reminded me of Chinese food and how that works. You can be, eating a whole bunch of Chinese food and you go, oh my gosh, I am full, no more for me. And then 20 minutes later you're hungry again. So I'm curious. An average person, I guess average being, I don't know, I'm 145 pounds. So only 2 more pounds more than Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers is 143 his whole life. You know why? 143, they stand for something. 1 stands for I, 4 stands for love, and 3 stands for you. ILOVEYOU. So how cool is that? He snuck some numerology in there. So let's say someone around and I'm not average, but let's just say someone around 145 pounds. I'm curious how much Chinese food you could actually eat throughout the day if you just kept eating at it every time you were hungry again. Right when you were hungry again. How many pounds of Chinese food? Rice, yes, in addition to the rice. Whatever you put in there, vegetables and whatnot. I guess the same goes for pasta. That would be an interesting experiment to see how that would all pan out. Have any of you done that before? Tell me your stories. Call me up. Leave a message on the voicemail, 561-203-9179. Leave the message on the voicemail. I'd love to hear it. So, I'm going to ask you about yourself. So I just met this interesting guy on the train here. He's just celebrated his Valentine's Day festivity. Now, you are where in Hollywood?
Vine.
Right. And you hung out with your girlfriend already?
Yeah, I already did.
And so there's no more hanging out with your girlfriend today on Valentine's?
Maybe I might take another trip out here.
You might go back out there later on? Yeah. What do you like to do? What are some of your favorite things?
Right now, specifically,
Yeah.
I have too much on my mind, whatever.
Are you like a musician? Do you paint? Do you draw?
I could do everything.
Really? Because you got some cool tattoos there. Did you design those?
They're not tattoos.
Those are not tattoos?
No.
Well,
They're marker.
oh, marker. Usually I draw an eyeball on my arm. Today I don't have it on there. Usually I draw on my arm too. Same thing. It's better than a tattoo, isn't it? Because you can do whatever you want. Every time it's something different.
Yeah, just erase it.
Yeah, you just erase it, and then all of a sudden it's a brand new thing. So you're an artist. You draw, huh?
I know.
Do you have sketchbooks at home?
I don't right now.
Like you don't have a book like this with sketches in it or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you just use your arm as a canvas then, huh? So instead of a sketchbook, you just go straight to the arm.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What else do you like doing besides drawing?
Right now, I'm just focused on my life, trying to get a job.
Just trying to get a job. Do you like to read? You got any favorite authors?
I have a lot.
Favorite books? What are some of your favorites?
Sheesh, if I could remember, there's so much.
Do you like fiction or nonfiction?
I'll read anything.
Anything? Do you like science fiction?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorite authors?
Bill Nye, Science Guy.
Bill Nye. He is a science fiction author. Yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy. That's right. Do you like reading mysteries?
I guess. Yeah.
Mystery novels? Detectives? Yeah. What about nonfiction? What about biographies?
Everything, I guess.
Anything? Yeah. So what kind of job do you think you'd want to have?
Sheesh. Busting my chops here.
What do you think you're really good at? Are you good at painting? Are you good at? I don't know. What?
Try everything.
Try everything. You try. Because I notice you carry a lucky horseshoe around with you, which is very rare. I don't see people with a horseshoe on them all.
It was supposed to be for a tie on my pants.
It was supposed to be for your pants?
Yeah, so I could tie it up.
Oh, so like a belt?
Yeah.
Oh, that was going to be the belt, the belt buckle?
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, I figure anyone who carries a horseshoe with them, they always carry luck with them because horseshoes are known for luck charms. So you do anything, huh? For jobs. What if someone who I don't know? What if a CEO came up to you and said, "Hey, I want you to work in a desk job"? Would you say yes?
Maybe.
You would work in a desk job?
Any job I could take right now, right?
What kind are you applying for?
Like any fucking, aren't they all minimum wage?
Yeah, but what kind of stuff? Are you a coffee shop? Like, would you work in a coffee shop?
I think I could do that.
Yeah, work in a coffee shop. Give people their scones and their espressos.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, so your desk job. Well, we know you're an artist. So what about? Would you paint murals? What about painting murals?
I don't do that.
No, you wouldn't do that?
I just did. Somebody did this on me.
Oh, someone else did that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you drew that.
My girlfriend.
Oh, your girlfriend drew that.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's an artist.
She's an artist.
So you two don't ever draw together?
I've never drawn in my life.
Oh my gosh, you never tried it?
Never tried.
You had to have. I bet you when you were a little kid you probably drew.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend, she just wrote everything, on my arm, and then she was like, "I love you,"
Yeah.
And she's like, "I love you. Are you gonna come back?" I was like, "I don't know. Maybe."
So she asked you if you're going to come back tonight.
I don't know about tonight.
Or today?
Like she said, Cause she doesn't even freaking trip. She doesn't even get mad or whatever.
How did you two meet each other?
On a date
Oh, you met on a date.
on Los Feliz.
Ah, very good. Was it did you see a movie or where was it?
No, we were at the bar.
Oh, you met at a bar.
Yeah, I met her at a bar, and then she just started loving me for some reason.
So she immediately felt a closeness with you, huh?
I'm guessing.
So like right away, she felt close enough to just go ahead and hug you.
Yeah.
Was that surprising to you? Were you like, hey, what the heck's going on? This is pretty cool. A girl's hugging me.
No, and then I think she was with her friend.
Ah,
Her friend introduced us,
gotcha.
and then bam, right away.
Just bam, right away. You had a really good rapport with her, huh?
Yeah.
And how long has that been?
Probably like 5 years.
5 years. You two have been together 5 years. That's incredible. That is really incredible. Some people can't stay together for more than a month,
Oh.
and you're together 5 years. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What kind of interests do you both share?
Similarities.
Yeah, what similarities? Yeah,
A lot of similarities.
like what? Same music or what?
Well, she's more like on the other side of the rock situation.
Rock and
Yeah.
roll,
No, she's on the other side. She likes like
hip hop or something?
or something like that.
Heavy metal?
Yeah.
Well, what do you like? What kind of music do you like?
Well, I'd rather listen to freaking Well, I'll listen to her music too. You know.
You listen to her music?
Yeah.
Like what are some of the bands?
She has bands too. She likes ska. I like ska, you know. And then she's just everywhere, like, you know.
What do you like most about her?
I don't know. Just honestly, dude, fucking. She's just regular too, like, you know.
Do you guys laugh a lot together?
I guess,
That's pretty important in a relationship, huh? To be able to laugh with someone.
right?
Because if you can laugh most of the time, that means that, what would you rather do, laugh or argue?
Yeah. Yeah, like we don't want to argue.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so it sounds to me like it's a very low drama situation.
Yeah.
That's great. That's the idea right there.
Well, nobody wants to argue on the
No.
phone and shit, you know?
Nobody likes that. Well, some people, they do want to do that. I don't understand. I've met girls who like to do that. They just want to argue. Something about the drama, I don't know what it is. Something about it, they like it. But then others, what's beautiful is that they don't, and you can.
All right, case closed.
Case closed. Do you have anything you want to promote to anybody? Any like Instagram, anywhere, Twitter? You want people to find you?
Sheesh, just supporting all artists out there, you know,
Yeah.
right? And just do your thing.
Yeah. That's good
Alright.
advice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize when I'd sit next to you, I'd sit next to a philosopher. You're a wise man. I meet a lot of interesting people on the subway. So thank you for talking with me. Thank you for taking the time.
It's all right.
You take care.
This is Man Behind the Machine. Hi, Inspirado. What have you heard about the hacking in Iowa? Who did it? Shadow? Who hacked Iowa? We have to know. Who did it?
Thank you, Henry D. Horst. Thank you, Man Behind the Machine. Thank you to the Mystery Subway Guy on Valentine's Day. Thank you to Maria Humphreys, to anybody who contributed to this podcast. This is just so exciting. Ryan McGonigal, Dave Uchansky, Chris LeCorman, thank you guys for all of your contributions to this podcast, because this would not exist if it wasn't for you allowing me to record snippets of my life experience and including it here in this Audioscape Formatica. Audioscape Formatica, thank you so much for your contributions. Man Behind the Machine, you know what? I learn about my world news, actually, believe it or not, from you, and sometimes from Twitter. So I didn't know anything was hacked. However, I do know I've just been creating. I've been creating, and it feels so good. There's this really, really cool, let's see if I can flip over here. Let's see if it'll still record me here. Oh man, this was just such a cool, I put it onto my, oh, here we go. Okay, so Unlimited Knowledge on Instagram. They said this: can you imagine how different life would be if you were consistent for an entire year? If you kept your foot on the gas, if you didn't settle, if you remained committed, if you didn't get distracted, if you didn't think negatively of yourself, if you refused to give up. The 2020 theme, don't let up. How cool is that when you think about that? So I feel like I've just hit the ground running with 2020 so far, and I'm excited about it, and things are moving and grooving, and I'm very happy with how everything is evolving and turning into magical giblets the way that they are. You water it. You water the tree with nutrition, and it grows that way. So I've been watering the trees. I've been watering it, giving it nutrition. That was Zeke. He was using the clawing thing here. So thank you, Man Behind the Machine, for educating me on this stuff. While there is a reality going on out there that Earthlings are making agreements to coexisting in, I've been creating my own world. In fact, I've been talking with Alex Smart. He has the proper paperwork and everything. I can't give anything away. It's a society, okay? Let's just put it this way. It's a society that all interested parties will be able to be a part of, citizens of, if you will. You know, it'll be a society, plain and simple. So, thank you, Man Behind the Machine, for reminding me that the power is in our hands. The power is in our hands. The power is in our hands. Why do people want to be a part of particular societies? Because there are some things that are in there that, if we were to look at all these societies and we look at the common traits, we will find that it's based in companionship, based in people who like the same type of stuff. You know, football, it's a society. Baseball, that's a society. That's a culture. It's a subculture. Just like hobbyists, train hobbyists, train engine hobbyists, tracks and all that jazz. Like Neil Young, he loves the trains. So there are subcultures. So when you look at the commonalities between all these, there's that feeling of camaraderie. There's that feeling of being in your element, feeling safe, really being able to stretch how far you want to go without criticism or people trying to stomp on the good vibes. I mean, one would think that these are the core things. Ethics, a sort of ethical, all for one and one for all type vibe. a vibe that gives you the feeling of satisfaction, perhaps. Maybe it gives either the illusion or the promise. It gives you the promise of satisfaction, of cooperation. Everybody likes it when things are cooperating. Just ask anybody who's sitting in rush hour traffic in Los Angeles, Chicago, wherever there's just unsuitable traffic. In other words, a clogged drain, a clogged pipe. Nobody likes that. You want it free flowing, easy going, smooth sailing, moving and grooving. And a lot of folks, that's what they're waiting for retirement on. With retirement, oh yeah, cool, bam, I'll just sit around and do nothing. Well, think of the hobby that you always wanted to do and apply that to your life when you retire. Your hobby, the thing that you were most worried about showing anybody, or the one thing that you were so worried about getting critiqued by. Like my buddy Jeff Finn, I bet you he's got so much phenomenal art, but he never draws in front of people. Or I should say he rarely does. And if he draws, it's just little squiggles and little zip, zip. And the poor guy, when he was a little kid, and he wouldn't mind me telling me this, I think this is hugely important. When he was a little kid, he was in class. You probably heard me tell this story. He was in an art class, I believe, and they had to draw this particular thing. And he's like, let's say third grade or something, really young. And the teacher holds up his project in front of all the kids and says, this is exactly what you don't want to do. Jeff did not do it the right way. Or, basically she pointed him out in front of all these kids. And so she made an example of him. And the poor guy, that's been in his brain ever since. Everybody's got those particular phantoms that haunt them. And it's funny. It's really interesting when you think about what people would trade one another's phantoms. Maybe that's an interesting fantasy novel right there, a sci-fi. One who deals in phantoms, in bullies, in the invisibilies. Invisibilies. That's what they would call them, the invisibilies. Invisible bullies, the invisibilies. And these invisibilies, a person would be like, oh, I would much rather have the stress of your job than deal with, I don't know, my crazy wife, and so they trade that kind of, so the one guy who was stressed out about his wife, he no longer has that stress. He now feels a stress of, whoa, in a different way. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's what we're choosing to have value to. It's what we're choosing to hold stress on. I'm not used to working in offices. So as soon as I get around even the slightest hint of administration type stuff, like Kapow, for instance, I will be open and transparent about this. Dave Uchansky, God bless that saint. He deals with me. Chris Corman, too. Roy McGonigal. I turn into a mongoose, man. I get crazy with the math, and I'm really trying to go easier on it this year, so that way I'm not, it's not compounding on me at the last second. I'm trying to go through these submissions, make notes on them right now, really get it figured out right away. But, once I'm in the middle of just some of this stuff, oh my God, I feel like I'm breaking apart. However, other people, they've faced much, 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 much worse. And so that to them is like, oh my God, are you kidding me? That's a piece of cake. That's actually bothering you, or oh my God, that's actually a burden to you. Like that's actually flipping you out right now. No way, that's easy. So it's interesting how it's relative. It's so crazy, and it's interesting how it's relative. We can never know the true stress of what one person is feeling in one particular area. Just because we don't hold stress in that area doesn't mean that someone else does not hold so tightly and find some kind of value in that specific stress. sometimes the stress, there's this strange, this sort of like of like, dun dun dun, like, here comes the monster, dun dun dun, is waiting around the corner. Sometimes I've got that feeling in me, like, uh-oh. And so sometimes I'm tight, I'm clenched up. And then I just got to remember, well, you know what? This is about letting the higher mind take care of the whole thing. My job is not to try to figure out how everything is going to figure out how everything is going to happen. Just my job is to sit here and have fun and enjoy what the heck this thing is that I'm creating. Because otherwise I'm wasting time. Why am I sitting here wasting time worrying about how it might turn out terrible? Well, then I'm not using my own medicine, am I? I'm not taking my own medicine. What would be the point? I gotta, it's applying it. I think, what is it? Usually it's money. Usually that's that thing, the money. Now, I've been listening more to Neville Goddard, and he echoes a lot of the great stuff that we hear in Abraham Hicks or Bashar or Dolores Cannon. Neville Goddard, he talks about feeling happy in that state. Feeling happy in that state as if it already happened. And it gets rid of that desperation. It feels very freeing. I'm doing it right now. I'm holding space for being excited and letting go of the need for it to happen. Wow. It's like an excitement of wow, that's totally something that's available, and I've like I could see, like, if you put yourself on the other side of it, the celebrating the fact that, oh yeah, it happened, bam, that's the future self, it's happened. That feels like, ooh, a satisfaction, like, oh, that hits the spot. All right, folks, that is all for now. I'm going to be uploading the February 17th podcast, February 17th show on K-Chung, which we're calling 12-Year Blues, based on Monty Oblivion's first song, one of his early songs anyway. We had a special treat. We got 3 songs in the studio that are usually unheard of anywhere else. Katie Bright was in there. There's Son Rowdy. And, Maria Humphreys. Let's remember her. Strong Body, Strong Soul podcast. She was in there, too. Of course, Captain Nicholas, everybody's favorite station manager. Okay, that's all for now. Take care. See you next time.
It's Superhero, and you're listening to Inspirado Projecto.